after waiting over a year to pull the trigger. Was it worth me spending the $299 on the Capcom Legacy cabinet? Let's talk about it. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy MikeOfAllTrades. If you're new to the channel, you know we do a lot of home arcade and tech stuff over here, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. But with now the shillings out of the way, let's get into it. So, for those who don't know, QVC last week, at the time of recording this, put up a big sale on the website for the Defender Partycade, right? And while Defender Partycades are nice, I decided, let me go on there and see what else is on sale. You know, there were countercades, etc., etc. But lo and behold, I saw the Capcom Legacy cabinet on sale for $298. Now, I was sitting here on the fence and I was like, okay, you know, whatever. You read the reviews and it's like, oh, it's just the thing with no monitor or no riser and no lit marquee and whatnot. But to my surprise, I got the bundle with the light-up marquee and the riser. So it was advertised as it stated on the website. The price was great, $298. For 12 games, that's like what, $25 a game, you know, whatever else, right? And that BOE monitor, yeah, definitely made it worth it for me. Assembling the arcade was, you know, your standard Arcade1Up build. If you can put together IKEA furniture or whatnot, you can definitely handle putting this together. It took about, 45 minutes. Probably if this is your first time doing it, probably take you about an hour and a half to use instructions, but we're not using instructions around here, am I right? The art on the cabinet is beautiful. You know, it has that classic yellow trim from the original Street Fighter 2, the side art. Everything about it, it pops. You know what I mean? They tried with the legacy editions of these cabinets. These were before the current models you see right now, your MK30, it's your Bandai Namco Legacy. So these didn't have coin doors, but instead they were putting on stickers. And you know, it's a sticker, you know. It is what it is. Speaking of legacy style things, it also comes with a riser. Now, y'all know how I feel about risers. But again, this came out a year ago. So risers are going to be par for the course in the future. You know, it is what it is. Just something with the legacy, it just seems shorter than all the other cabinets. And I don't know, and even Marvel vs. Capcom, and that's probably, it doesn't have an extender or anything else like that. I think these cabinets were designed to honestly make people sit at stools and maybe for Arcade1Up to sell stools. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, right? The marquee, that marquee though, mwah, like chef's kiss, yo. It's gorgeous, you know. Looking at it lit up, it's great. When you turn it on and it lights up, you don't really see a lot of like bleeding or anything like that. And it's nice and bright. The speakers that it comes with are the same standard speakers we've been getting since Gen 3, the two little, what are they, 3-inch speakers or something like that, but they're loud, you know, they're full of bass, there's no speaker issues or noise issues or anything like that. The control panel, that might be where we see some of issue. So it's a control panel, right? And this is where you start to see the legacy model is a little bit smaller than regular size cabinets. Now, it's your standard Arcade1Up 6-button, not the greatest quality buttons and sticks, but you know, and if I'm showing it on screen right now, I'm pretty sure I'm showing the difference between the big blue stock panel and the Marvel vs. Capcom stock panel, which is odd because the Marvel vs. Capcom cabinet came out before the Capcom Legacy, if I remember correctly. And it's different. It's a night and day feeling. I do like how they switch the dark blue buttons up, like to like that dark Pepsi blue, you know, like it used to be back in the day. You know, keep that going in the future for future Street Fighter releases. Hopefully the new Capcom Legacy has that on it. The monitor, that BOE monitor, that good, vibrant, bright monitor that everybody's been screaming for, is present here in this cabinet. And it's the main reason why I bought this cabinet. You know, just in case they can't get stock of BOE monitors for the future, I have one, and it's great. It's always been good. You know, it's vibrant, it's crisp, it's bright, it's everything that you want out of a monitor. Now, when you boot up your cabinet for the first time, you know, there's no Wi-Fi, so you don't have to worry about going online or updating or anything else like that. And you get your 12 games. You know, your 12 games are right there in your face. You get Street Fighter, Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition, Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting, Super Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Commando, Final Fight, Darkstalkers, Strider, Ghosts and Goblins, and 1944 The Loot Master, right? It's not a bad lineup, you know, especially for some of the games, like, and if you weren't able to get them, like a lot of people didn't get Final Fight cabs, you know, and Final Fight had 4 of the games that were on here, you know, Ghosts and Goblins, Loot Master, Darkstalkers, not Darkstalkers, Strider, and Final Fight, you know, and this is a good way for you to get in. Reason number 2 I got that cabinet was because of being able to play Final Fight. And yes, we know that the Capcom Legacy is coming with Final Fight, but right now, it's not available. So we're going with what we got, right? Speaking of the UI, it's clean. Like I said, it's checkered. You know, if you wait there, it'll go into an attract mode if you wait for long enough, and it'll go through the various games, select various games. Once you get inside of a game, you click a game, and if you want to escape, it's not like how it used to be on other ones, like on Marvel or Pac-Man or anything like that. If you want to escape out of here, you have to hit both the player 1 and player 2 buttons to pull up the menu and then put quit. It's the same thing with the MK Countercade. I did a review on that if you guys missed it. It's right there. And I'm halfway with one, half with the other. For new users, they're probably like, oh good, just press 2 buttons, go down, select quit, and it's good. I think for people who are used to using the Arcade1Up systems, especially now with the live button where you can just tap 1 button and get out, it might be a little cumbersome to get out of the games and whatnot, but that's okay. The viewing angles on the cabinet, right? This is my gripe. This is my main issue with this cabinet. And I knew this going into it, so I'm not going to complain about it because there's no point. I'm 6'3 and a half, almost 6'4. And so this cabinet's really not designed for you to stand up at, you know. It's pretty much a sit-down cab. Even on a riser, it's a sit-down cab. This riser you can tell that this cabinet was designed to sell stools. Legitimately. And I think that's why the other bundle came with the stool, so that you could sit in the stool and play it. You know, like some of the cabinets behind me, like Killer Instinct, Marvel's Capcom, you don't need a stool. You know what I mean? Because if you're over 6 feet tall and you can still see it, it's completely fine. But with the Legacy line, especially with the Capcom Legacy, yeah, you have to sit down. It's a sit-down cabinet. No ways around that, right? But let's go ahead and let's take a look at some gameplay real quick, and then I'll share my final thoughts.
Round 1. Perfect. Round 1, fight! Hadouken! 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 You win.
So in post, I noticed that the game audio for Final Fight 1944, the Loop Master, and Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo was lost. I don't know what happened. It's not there, but you guys can still see the gameplay, so it's all good.
Japan. Round one. Go to bed.
did I say Final Fight? I meant to say Strider. So, yeah, there's a lot of audio missing from Strider. But again, you guys can see the gameplay and everything else. So, enjoy it. All right, so after hearing all that, do I regret spending $2.99? Hell no. For $2.99 or $2.98, I'm sorry. It's a great deal. I got in the door at a great price. If I wanted to, I could convert my Marvel vs. Capcom back and switch Capcom Legacy over and put the Bobby Blue special in it if I really wanted to. I got a monitor, so there's a bonus on that. And then honestly, I just love the Street Fighter 2 cabinet. I do. I love the Street Fighter 2 art style and things of that nature. So the Capcom Legacy for $2.98, it's a deal. It's still available at the time of recording. I'll have the link for the website in the description if you guys want to go get on and buy it outright or get your flex pay on or whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? But for the monitor, for the games list with the PCB, yeah, like it's definitely worth $2.98, and that's something I would definitely take a look at. What do you guys think? Did you pick it up? Do you already have it? Are you thinking about getting it? Let me know in the comments below. I'm MikeOfAllTrades. Thank you guys for watching. Like, share, subscribe to the channel as we make our way to 3K. That's really weird. By the way, thank everybody for 2K, 2,000 subs. I appreciate you all and being here on the journey. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Later.